Hi traders, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to start a new series going over all the new tools and indicators that TradingView has been releasing recently. This comes as great news and things that I have been waiting for them to work on for a very long time now. You know, TradingView is great for what it is. It's easy to use. It's very easy to access anywhere with an internet connection on your computer, your phone, etc. But when you compared it to professional platforms, you know, like NinjaTrader, Sierra Chart, etc., it lacked a lot of order flow tools that us day traders, especially the futures market or stocks, were lacking. Well, now with all these tools, they're really starting to up their game. So I'm just going to make some guides on them. Today, we're going to be talking about the volume candle chart types, which they just released. It's still in beta mode, but it's already looking like it's going to be a very useful thing. So this type of chart allows for visual assessment of the volume of trades for each candle. There are still candlesticks, but the width of each candlestick is going to depend on the volume of trades during the period of formation of the candle. The greater the trading volume during the formation of the period, the larger the width of the candle. Okay, so basically it's a candlestick chart, but the bigger the candle is, the more volume there was at that specific period. So here I'm just going to go over on the NASDAQ market some examples of how you can use this and what uses this is going to have to help you in your trading. So up here on the bar style, you can see that I just have regular candlestick charts. Each one is 4 hours. But down below here, it says volume candles. It's still in beta, and it's a new indicator, but I'm sure they're going to keep tinkering on it, and soon is going to be officially released. Now, some of these tools are going to require that you have some kind of a higher paid membership in order to use them. This, I think, requires a premium membership, if I'm not mistaken. But if I click on this, you can see how now the chart has completely changed. Let me just zoom in so you can see the difference. If I go back and forth between the two types, you can see this is regular and this is with volume. So then you can see how some of these candles are a lot thicker, meaning there is a lot more volume in them. Obviously, this is the futures market, so you're going to get a lot more volumes during regular market hours as well, but this works on any time frame, as we're going to see later in the video. To use this, I would also recommend activating the volume indicator as well, just a regular volume indicator. So you can see it here, and that way you have the volume scale here, so you can measure out how much each volume candle is. Or if you want more information on each candle specifically, you can go to the chart settings over here, and under status line you can enable volume, and now you can see that right here you have a little setting that says volume. So whatever candle I put my mouse over is going to tell me specifically the amount of volume on that candle. Okay, so let's just see some examples of the usefulness of this. You know, I would say the two main things that I would use volume candlesticks for are to either determine if we have an actual breakout from a trendline break or a support resistance break, or also they're useful for finding, you know, blow off tops or bottoms where you just have a huge amount of, like for example, right over here, big selling near a bottom of a rotation, or big buying near a top that may signal that there is some exhaustion and that the market can be reversing. So for example here, if we look at this chart and I marked off this purple level, you can see has been a very consistent area of resistance here back in middle of September, then back middle of October, Resistance again, middle of November. So this is a 3-month period of resistance right around this 15,900 level. But then right here, you can see that on November 10th, we had a very nice breakout from this. Now, volume-wise, you can see that we get a higher spike in volume than we've had recently. But if we put the volume candlesticks, you can see how we have a very nice, thick candlestick here just breaking out, and then we have another follow through candle. So this indicates that there is definitely a lot of very heavy buying interest in order to break out and take this into new levels. Also, for example, here we can see the same thing. Let's go into a 1-hour chart actually, and just go back to these examples. Okay, so back here, this level, 16,630, was one of my longer time frame levels that I had marked of interest. If I go into my daily chart and I just zoom out, you can see how this level had a ton of big resistance recently until we had this breakout. So if I zoom in now on the lower time frames and we analyze this breakout of this level, you can see right here, we came up, we had a retest on very low volumes and we just left a wick there. Then we had this, we had an increase in volumes going in on this test, but then immediately we had a very big selling engulfing candle to the downside. This indicates that this was not a true breakout of this level, and market had the intent to push this lower. As you can see, it did go back down. Then we come back up, and then we get this very nice bullish candle. And then you can see right here as well, volumes increasing on this breakout, and we have a nice thick candle breaking out, and then you can see that it is followed by more big buying candles taking price, and this was back when we were breaking near new all-time high levels. Another big utility that I really like for this is just for trendline breakout confirmations. So for this, and I can go into the, let's go into the 1-hour chart on this ones. You can see right here, we had, for example, let me expand the volumes down here as well. You can see this like tiny volumes you see here. This is in the extended trading hours, because as we've talked about in futures, the extended hours have very little volumes, but you can see how we have this trend line coming down, and then right here on this one, huge influx of buying, and we have some nice thick volume candles pushing the market up. And we see this continuously in different trend lines. This one is another one we have right over here. Same thing, we had 1, 2, 3 touches, and then we have a big influx of volumes, big fat candles, and just push through this level. We had some retests, and then market continued higher. This is another one. We had 1, 2, 3. We had some choppiness over here, but we did have an influx of high volumes, which finally broke this market out. And then we have the same thing on the lower time frame. Right over here, another breakout to the upside, 1, 2, 3 touches, and then we came with a huge influx of volume, and we had a nice breakout with a very nice follow through that marked a new all-time high level right over here, which is the current all-time high that we've had. And then we obviously have this to the downside as well. You can see over here we had this ascending trend line. And then we just get a huge influx and some big solid red candles to the downside, and the market just had a big continuation down. If we go now into a lower time frame example, this is on the SP 500. If we look at a regular chart here, we can see, for example, how we had this regular market open. This is from Thursday, April 25th. And you can see how the market opened. We started chopping around here, made this nice high volume node. And then you can see how we started forming this ascending triangle, just compressing to the upside until we had a breakout. We can use this tool as well to confirm that breakout by going into the volume candles. And now if I zoom in here, you can see that while we're forming this pattern right over here, like this, you can see we have a very clear level of resistance right around the top edge of this high volume node. And you can see that in general, volumes for buying have been trending downwards. But then once we get to this point, look at how now, right on this area, we have a spike in buying volume. We have this fat green candle here right on the breakout, and then we have a very nice continuation. Okay, so you can see how with this new tool, you don't have to just rely on looking at your volume indicator here and trying to see how much values and buying and everything there are. You can just visually look at the candlesticks and get a very quick confirmation that indeed there is a big buying or selling interest if we are breaking out from a specific pattern or a specific level of interest. Okay, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you all have a great day. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next videos in this TradingView series. Take care.